What if the very thing we built to make life easier is quietly making things worse? Not in a dramatic movie-like way where machines take over the world overnight, but in small, almost invisible ways that are slowly adding up. Because here's something most people don't realize yet. Replacing humans with AI isn't always going as planned. In fact, in many situations, it's starting to backfire. Let's start with something simple. Think about the last time you needed help from a company. Maybe your internet stopped working. Maybe your order didn't arrive. Maybe your bank app froze at the worst possible moment. So you reached out for support. And instead of a real person, you got a chatbot. At first, it felt impressive. Quick replies, instant answers, no waiting in line. But then something feels off. The bot doesn't quite understand what you're saying. You try to explain your issue in a different way. Still no luck. It gives you the same repeated options, like it's stuck in a loop. And suddenly, something that should have taken 2 minutes turns into 20. Frustrating, right? Now ask yourself honestly, if AI is supposed to save time, why does it sometimes waste more of it? That's where the cracks begin to show. AI is incredibly good at recognizing patterns. It learns from huge amounts of data and predicts what should come next. But human problems aren't always predictable. They're messy, emotional, unique. And that's exactly where AI struggles the most. Because not everything can be reduced to data. Imagine someone who's upset, not just confused, but genuinely frustrated. Maybe they lost money. Maybe something important went wrong. They don't just want a solution. They want to feel heard. They want someone to say, "I understand." Now think about it. Can AI truly understand that feeling? Or is it just mimicking empathy with pre-written responses? And if it's only pretending, does that change the experience? For most people, it does. Because deep down, we can tell the difference between real understanding and something that just sounds like it. And when that human touch disappears, trust slowly starts to fade. That's one of the biggest hidden costs of replacing humans with AI. You don't notice it immediately. But over time, it builds. People feel less connected to brands, less valued, less understood. And once trust is lost, it's incredibly hard to rebuild. Now let's talk about something else. Creativity. We hear it all the time now. AI can write articles, generate images, compose music, even create entire videos. And yes, technically, it can do all of that. But here's a deeper question. Is it really creating or just rearranging what already exists? Because real creativity often comes from something deeper. It comes from personal experiences, from pain, joy, failure, growth, from moments that shape how we see the world. AI doesn't live a life. It doesn't go through heartbreak. It doesn't struggle with self-doubt. It doesn't celebrate small wins. So when it produces something, it's not coming from experience. It's coming from patterns. And slowly, something strange is happening. Content is becoming faster to produce, but harder to feel. Have you noticed that? More posts, more videos, more writing. But somehow, less depth, less originality, less soul. Everything starts to feel a little similar, and people are starting to sense it, even if they can't fully explain why. Now let's shift to jobs. For years, the biggest fear was simple. AI will take over human jobs. And in some cases, that's true, but the real story is more complicated. Because in many situations, companies are replacing workers with AI, only to realize later that things don't work as smoothly as they expected. Errors increase, customers get frustrated, systems break in unexpected ways. And then something interesting happens. They start bringing humans back. Sometimes quietly, sometimes partially, because they realize that certain roles require more than just speed and efficiency. They require judgment, context, understanding, things that are very difficult to fully automate. So now the question becomes, are we moving too fast? Are we replacing humans before we truly understand what they bring to the table? Because once those roles disappear, rebuilding them isn't always easy. And there's another layer to this that often gets ignored. Responsibility. When a human makes a mistake, we know who to hold accountable. But when AI makes a mistake, things get blurry. Who's responsible? The company that used it? The developer who built it? Or the system itself? Now imagine this in a real situation. An AI system denies someone a loan incorrectly, or gives harmful advice, or flags someone unfairly. These aren't small mistakes, they affect real lives. So who fixes it? And how quickly? And more importantly, who takes responsibility? This grey area is becoming a serious issue, because we're giving more decision-making power to systems that don't actually understand consequences. They don't feel regret. They don't learn from mistakes the way humans do. They just update and move on. But the people affected by those mistakes don't just move on. They deal with the impact. Now think about dependence. The more we rely on AI, the less we rely on ourselves. At first, it feels helpful. You use AI to write faster, to solve problems, to find answers instantly. But over time, something subtle happens. You stop thinking as deeply. You stop questioning as much. You stop practicing the skills you once had. Because why struggle when AI can do it for you? And that convenience slowly turns into dependence. Imagine a generation that doesn't know how to research without AI, or write without assistance, or solve problems from scratch. Is that progress? Or is it a quiet kind of loss? Because skills once lost are hard to rebuild. And then there's something even deeper: identity. If machines can do almost everything we can, where does that leave us? What makes human effort valuable? What makes human creativity special? These questions might sound philosophical, but they're becoming very real. Because the more AI replaces human roles, the more we start to question our place in the world. Now, don't get this wrong. AI is not the villain here. It's an incredibly powerful tool. In many areas, it's already making life better. It helps doctors detect diseases earlier. It speeds up scientific research. It handles repetitive tasks that humans don't enjoy. In those cases, AI is doing exactly what it should, supporting humans. But the problem begins when we stop seeing it as a tool and start treating it as a replacement. Because tools are meant to assist us, not replace the very things that make us human. And maybe that's where we need to pause and rethink. Instead of asking, how much can AI replace? Maybe we should be asking, where should humans remain essential? Because not everything should be automated. Not everything should be optimized for speed and cost. Some things need a human touch. Some things need imperfection. Some things need empathy, because those are not weaknesses, they're strengths. So maybe the future isn't about choosing between humans and AI. Maybe it's about balance. Let AI handle repetitive, predictable tasks. And let humans focus on what we do best. Understanding, connecting, creating with meaning, making decisions that consider more than just data. Because at the end of the day, people don't just want fast answers. They want to feel understood. They want to feel like they matter. And no matter how advanced AI becomes, that's something we shouldn't replace so easily. So the next time you interact with AI, or see it being used to replace people, ask yourself a simple question. Is this truly making life better, or just making things easier? Because easier isn't always better. Faster isn't always smarter. And replacing humans isn't always progress. Sometimes it's a step backward we don't notice until it's too late. Would you like it? Hit the like button and subscribe to our channels for more interesting and informative videos.